And we are live.
Cool.
Greetings and welcome. I am Joffrey, and with me is, of course, the Darkest Light and Vector Maximus. And we will be discussing the new EU5 Religions Dev Diary, which I have been informed is very short, but I insisted on us doing it anyway. We must overanalyze it, even if it is short. Because that is how you do it.
Short and sweet.
Um, Short and sweet is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I will avoid looking too closely at the map then until we've read what there is to be said. Good. Yes, the stream is working. Okay. Welcome to another Tinto Talks, where we give the top secret, very secret game. Every county, pop, or character has a religion they adhere to. Yes, Goat, you are first and third, but Aiden is second. Unfortunately for you, yes. They have a religion they adhere to. This impacts the relationship with the place they currently are, and the relationship with the others in the world. So we've got examples of 86%. Ooh, kindred and true faith. Ooh. Very interesting. And then it's showing the percentage as well. I really like the looks of that.
Catholics only like other Catholics, 86.2%. Trust nobody, not even yourself.
I don't think that. No, I think that's.
I believe that that's the percentage of the population that follows that faith, because this is Aragon. So 86% is Catholic, then 12% are Sunni, and then you have the Jewish minority.
Okay, then those little
the
symbols at the top part, because the thumbs up and thumbs down are right
work
above
in
it.
work in progress, because you've got the A to Z, so alphabetical, which is names, people's faces, so pop, which would be above here, and then you've got the feather, which is above the right thing, but these two are these three are all a little wonky. Yes.
I think I like my idea better.
You do? You think that you like the idea that Catholics only like themselves 86%? Aragon is a little intolerant to Catholics. There would be something better. Is that And that also explains how, the Judaism here, it's only negative, but it's a lower percent.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Well,
yes,
the Jews are equal opportunity targets.
They're equal opportunity targets for everyone, I suppose. All the Abrahamic faiths pick on them just a little bit, but they don't dislike them quite as much as their bigger enemy. That's yeah. The religious setup of Aragon in 1337. So that's interesting. There's actually a fair-sized amount of Sunnis still. There are Jews present, but it's a predictably small number. Every religion in Project Caesar belongs to a religious group, such as Christianity or paganism. Fellow religions in the same group consider each other to be merely heretics, whereas religions in different groups are heathens. So I do imagine then that, lots of religions probably don't even have religious families, because, EU4, you don't, and here it's just Judaism. There's, Judaism family.
I would not be surprised if there's also a minority Samaritan religion that shares the family with Judaism.
I would doubt it, but it would be really cool. I would not be, because there's just so few in any given area.
Yeah, that's true, but they've got the pops, and this is a spoiler, but when you scroll down, Judaism has a whole religion family to itself, so
it says, well, it says right here, Judaism, and then underneath it Judaism family, so Sunnism, Islam.
When Johan lists it another time, it'll be called Judean or something like that, the religious family.
Oh, I see. Every religion has a specific view of other religions as well that ranges from kindred to enemy, which impacts relations between countries of different faiths and how the populations of that faith view your country. Each country also has their own tolerance of the true faith, of heretics, and of heathens, which impacts how happy or angry the population will be depending on which county they belong to. Which, yeah, makes sense as well. The hardcore Alawite start. I don't know what that would be, but I definitely I definitely am looking forward to playing some very haggard groups that have very low amounts of their religion and need to try to convert people.
Well, I'm just really,
I
really
haven't
curious because in CK, I mean, not CK, in EU4, of course, the only two Jewish provinces start in Ethiopia. So if you want to play a Jewish game, you have to start in Ethiopia, convert, and then conquer your way north and convert as you go, which, if you know anything about Judaism, isn't really how it works most of the time.
That's
But
not what they're good at. Yeah.
Now they're gonna have minorities basically everywhere.
You must.
Yeah, so I'm really curious how that's going to end up working.
I hope there's a way, because it's just such an interesting concept where you have these minorities everywhere. There's a little bit of them all over the place. I would love if there's a way where if you are a nation that is Judaism and maybe the culture, maybe you need both Israel culture and Judaism faith, and you could try to call in the diaspora to wherever you are somehow. That would be pretty neat if you could get like a big
invite settlers.
Mhm. Wherever you're at, maybe you just like as Andorra. Just imagine if you're playing as Andorra and you just get enough Jewish people in to like convert your country, and then you just make this haggard ass beta Israel inside the Pyrenees.
To be big enough, and you would probably have to own a holy site.
Yeah. Yeah, realistically, they wouldn't just. There's probably. I wonder where the Jewish holy sites would be. Because, of course, there's
Jerusalem.
Palestine and Judea and all that itself.
Jerusalem, Sinai.
Yeah.
Imperator would be a good thing to check for ideas on that front. Because they naturally have,
Well, where are they in CK2 or in CK3?
They're all basically in the Levant, outside of the one in Ethiopia, I believe.
Maybe Ethiopia would be a place you could do it in Semyon, I believe the county is.
That's the one.
Who knows? People playing? No, not. Don't show me Ghost of Tsushima right now. I just finished playing that yet. Offline. Don't be showing me people playing their games.
I'm on your favorites list. I'm so happy.
Cheer. Yes. Religions have views of each other's religion, each other. Each country. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I did explain all of that. So sad. So sad. There's not like Basque paganism somewhere here or something. Just it's real tragedy.
They don't own the Basque.
No, but according to Johan, there will be Norse pops in parts of Scandinavia.
I remember Pops is fine.
And apparently not enough to show up as minorities or at least
the map
show up
mode,
as the striped lines on the map mode.
Tolerance of the true faith. Spiritualist. So, spiritualist.
Catholic.
Not we.
The map is at the top. The
Fine.
At the top of the screen.
I wanted to talk about the map after we finished covering other stuff, but fine. I will open the map. Fine, look at it.
What's inside the box?
It looks like the same color as Iceland.
Yeah, that's Catholic, all right.
I mean, Greenland getting colonized was already at the point of Iceland and Norway's Christianization.
Tragic.
My biggest issue, it's probably going to be fixed later, but at the moment, my biggest issue is that they have given the North Americans their own unique religions, but Inti is not a thing.
Yeah.
The
they
Oh,
talked
Indian
in the
God!
religion is
comments-
animist.
It's all
They
animist, always has been.
they've talked they talked in the comments about how they've got an Andean group already planned.
Good.
It's just not implemented.
Huh. If it's
Good.
if it's so
Ditto with
work in
why
progress.
ditto why there's so damn much animism.
Yeah, there is a ton of this.
Basically, the way they're currently working is the more structured, the more well-attested religions are the ones that they're implementing first. And then the
I
ones
actually
that they've got left to work with, they're going to turn to later.
I'm a little Japan, for example. This is one thing that's a little wonky to me. I swear that the Ainu were the original practitioners of Shinto, the religion, and
I
yet
think they're
they're
different colors.
animist.
What I think they're animist.
No, that's
so they're a
animist.
dark red, and Shinto is like a bright red.
Yeah, which I'm surprised by that because I thought that they were the
Shinto
ones
is
who were.
weird. Shinto is
It's probably going to
it's
be
an odd thing to even represent on the map because Shinto is such a weird mix of Buddhism
Yeah.
and various Japanese folk culture and folk traditions that they could have shown it as, Buddhist instead and arguably still been correct.
I imagine what they're
On
going to
Shinto,
do.
but yeah.
I imagine they're going to
already
stick it in the
gone.
Buddhist family. It's probably going to be just a different Buddhist faith.
Weren't they
If we scroll
mostly
down in the dev diary, we can see what the current families are.
weren't they
I-
mostly
I-
Mahayana until there was a Shinto revival?
So what you're thinking of is during the Meiji Restoration period, there was Imperial Shinto essentially, which is the predecessor to modern Shinto, and that was a codification and a codification essentially of a lot of Shintoism and reinventing itself to an extent. So yeah, medieval Shinto is not quite like modern or Meiji era Shinto.
Well, at
It was
least
a lot
China's not
more
Confucian anymore.
decentralized. Yeah, they have said that there's going to
Least.
be mechanics for Confucianism and Taoism, though. It's just that they aren't being represented as religions on the map.
Which
Good.
is probably for the
Honestly,
best. It felt very
Yeah.
clunky and strange the way they had it.
I can understand the argument because, I mean, fundamentally, if you kind of have to define a religion, it's kind of like a moral system mixed with mythologies and teachings and stuff like that. I mean, and Confucianism is kind of like that, but yeah, it was always quite clunky.
It's a fine line, Aiden, between religion and philosophy.
Yes. And with the way they made it function in EU4, it did not really it didn't work well because it was a faith you didn't want to spread. And that was very strange. Because you didn't want to spread the faith, instead you wanted to just absorb other faiths into like being okay with you, which is just like I get that's the concept of what they were but that it felt really strange because you had to spread the religion to begin with, and I think it'll work much better as a more government mechanics, some other gameplay thing. Just do the religious unity of your country has a really the same religion here is from the law relating to valid heirs. Valid law relating to valid heirs. So you could have an heir be of a different faith somehow, like a republic, for example. I guess maybe the
Well, you
republic
can
would
in-
have a chance of.
You can in EU4.
And but like the idea would be you have a law in EU5 that's like this republic, for example, only allows people of certain faiths to become the heir or to become voted in, or I guess you can't have a different
Maybe it'd
member of your
be
family who is
a
Protestant
sort
and
of-
you're Catholic.
Maybe it'd be a sort of China thing or Ottoman thing where there's all the different children from all the various different mothers who may or may not follow their mother's religion instead of their father's state religion.
Yeah, that would
It's
make
typical
sense.
they're going to put that much into, family dynamics sort of stuff. I feel like
It,
they aren't going to lean into that.
it would
Well,
probably just determine if your heir is going to have a religion from one specific faith or from a potential pool.
yeah, I exactly. I don't think that yeah, Dark is implying that they would have a family tree, just that for monarchies, for example, there would be a chance that the heir would just because feudalism's funny, it would just be like, oh, the heir is of this faith, and you might have laws that would prevent that. So
I'm
you don't have
talking like
rand,
Europe. I'm talking like China,
but
probably.
it says a law. So I imagine that that's something you could probably pass in like in different places depending on if you want to. Maybe. I don't know how that will work though. Hmm. Make Europe Orthodox playthrough. I mean,
That's
fair
usually
enough.
easy. They'll give you a mechanic for restoring the pentarchy.
I am. I'm sure there will be a mend the schism button that turns a bunch of the pops of the other, the other side into your faith. So important to know is that in Project Caesar, you do not send missionaries to your locations, and eventually they have changed religion. Here, conversion is a slower process, which relies on government activities and infrastructure. Yes, that makes sense. So, madrasa being an example of that being built. Clergy food consumption goes up, and pop conversion speed and literacy go up. Yes! Yes! We must empower the church. They must build all of the church's buildings, make them literate, and make them my faith. Yes. Yes, there is literacy in this.
You must construct additional chapels.
We must construct additional chapels. Yes. Must convert. Interesting that it's just a number 10. So there is just an arbitrary unit of measurement for conversion power or some such thing. I don't know. Unique building for Muslim countries that has a tiny impact on conversion. Oh, so the European madrasa, there might not even be a European equivalent of this, perhaps.
No,
You'll
there's
probably have a way to
definitely
convert.
going to be a, but it's going to be like
Well, yeah.
church or monastery or what have you.
I suppose the idea is that this is just better, so it probably the European equivalent of it would only like the Europeans would probably need different buildings is the idea. Just most people probably need different buildings for conversion and literacy is what I'm saying.
Well, you're not gonna invite the people you want to convert to Catholicism to a mosque.
I mean, yes, a different building, but the fact that it says a unique building for Muslim countries that has a tiny impact on conversion makes this sound like it is a special fact that this building affects conversion. So it makes it sound like this is a little bonus. So like perhaps it is just there is a literacy building. Most people have a literacy building. The Muslims get a special literacy building that also converts. Maybe? Perhaps? I don't know.
No. I think what this is that maybe their special building affects literacy, while, for example, a Hindu one might not affect literacy. Although I don't know. Most of the time, it was the highly religious people that were literate in just about every religion.
Well, there's
So it
something that's
feels
special about it.
strange.
Is the point? Yeah, that's
It's
what's
just different
weird.
resources.
Well, it might be specifically because this is not the equivalent to what, say, the Christians would use or so on, but this is meant to be more a supplementary building. I don't know.
Hmm. Very curious. Well, we shall see in time. Sure. A lit. Yes. Yes. Need to refer to it as lit. Thank you, Technomancer. I will be sure from now going forward, I will be short. I will make sure that is my shorthand for literacy.
Let's get lit.
Lit. You gotta make your country lit. Bam. Religion, but each religion belongs to a group, which impacts the tolerance is applied to how which yeah, which impacts which tolerance is applied. So yeah, tolerance of heretics, heathens, that sort of thing, I guess, as it mentioned, and how the religions interact with each other. Religions in the same group are viewed as heretics. Those of other ones are heathens. Yes. So we have it's the groups the current we have, but they may change as they continue to develop. These Christians, Muslims, Easterns, Dharmic, Zoroastrians, Manichaeans. Ooh, Manichaeans are their own family. Judeans, Andeans, and pagans. Huh. So yeah, you did say that there was an Andean family, and then just pagan family, which I don't know. At this rate, that might be a little
That's
unnecessary to have just a
interesting that
blanket.
there's Andean, but there's not, for example, Mesoamerican or North American, unless they're just
Yeah.
listing a couple of them and not all of them.
Well, I will spoiler. It is repeated multiple times that they are very work in progress.
Okay.
In terms
Because
of
I
what they're
haven't
going to
read
keep
the
adding more.
comments.
Yeah,
I
it's
imagine-
repeated like 7 or 8 or 9 times in the comments that it's early work in progress. And more.
I am willing to bet that in the end, the pagan family specifically is going to just be Norse, Romuvan, Sami, and like shamanist maybe. Though there is a pink
Well,
one
I
down.
wouldn't-
There's
I
this
wouldn't
pink
be
faith down
shocked-
here.
I wouldn't be shocked if they just coding wise throw in Hellenic, maybe Celtic,
Oh yeah, I mean, like for faiths that are still gonna be like actually
Yeah, in
followed
terms
by
of the ones
anyone.
that are still on
Yeah.
the map. Yeah.
You'd have the Asatru minorities. You'd also have the
Mhm.
Bon minorities in Tibet, probably.
I don't think like I think
I don't think the Bon are going to be
It's
Eastern
thrown in
because
with
they make
the-
them pagan in just about every game.
but the fact that they've got like if they're splitting up the Native American faiths, I don't and like there's the Andean family, I don't think they're gonna make Bon, which presumably is what these striped lines are over Tibet. I highly doubt that they would lump them in the same family that like the European pagans are in. In fact, based on how shamanist is past the Earls, I doubt that that would be in the same family as well.
That absolutely would be because it's a placeholder.
You sure that it's a placeholder?
Yes, because it was a placeholder in early EU4 also.
Oh,
You missed the days when all of North America was shamanist, and so was all of Siberia, and I believe a good chunk of Africa.
I
Before
just
Christmas
remember,
was added.
just totems for me. I came in after a couple DLCs.
I was there before Conquest
Yeah.
in Paradise.
Good man. I can stand and be proud that I was playing back when every single county had a fort, but not that far back.
Back before Colonial Nations, I remember playing my first game
Yes,
colonizing
uh,
and loading in to see a colonial nation forming in my save after the DLC came out.
as you say, Outpost. Yes, the map is very work in progress. So yes, Dark has explained to me that I did not know this. That the shamanist thing is a common placeholder, and that does not surprise me. That they're just filling in whatever the other faiths that would be out here would be. So because there's a blue one up in the northeast, so they've got one for the Kamchatka Peninsula, which is interesting. And I suppose there's probably going to be one for the Manchu as well. That's my guess. I don't know, but the fact that it's not Tengri, but it is shamanist implies that it would be to me. And of course, animist is just in the south. But I'm curious to see what they'll do in regards to that. So tragic. Ireland is still Catholic. I I doubt that Ireland would be considered that the insular faith that exists in CK3. I highly
that's
doubt
kind
that they
of
would do
gone
that.
That's gone a bit by the wayside by this point.
And based on the scope of this game, how far into the future it goes, even if that was the case, that faith existed, it would you would 100% be seeing an event that causes them to convert to proper Catholic over the course of the game. I'm genuinely a little surprised that Christiani's on the map, but I'm pleasantly surprised. You can play Bosnia and Christiani strong. Also, every once in a while you have counties that are majority Muslim in Iberia, the Catholic parts of Iberia, which is also neat. It probably wouldn't be all that hard if you were playing as a Catholic Iberian to swap over. Now, this I've just realized. Blue. There is blue in Bohemia.
Hussite.
Is Hussite blue?
It might be.
I don't believe Hussite-isms. I don't think Hussite has spawned yet.
I don't think it exists yet. It could, but I've heard that there were a lot of Jews in Bohemia. So
the Hussites are early 1400s is when they start. So they wouldn't be around in 1330s.
Go down to Ethiopia and see if
I don't
see the
think
Jewish
they.
color there. Go down to Ethiopia
Oh.
and see if you can see
Oh,
similar.
there's one blue. I think that's.
Probably a Jewish minority.
I think that means there is in fact a Jewish majority county or two. Actually, that's probably a couple locations based on how big that is. Ooh, spicy. Same as the Bogomilists, or Iconoclasts, whichever it is. Orthodox heresy. Iconoclasts, Bogomilists, whatever. That's probably what this pink is. It's a funny color, but I want to spread it. I have this strong urge to make all of Europe pink. Or this light blue. Or you folks know you have that urge. It's a removing. I need to make it all this different color.
Remover.
Heretic be gone. Sprays bottle. That's the Teutons. In a minute, they're gonna be spraying their bottle of Heretic be gone.
No, be gone. They were attacking the pagans. I mean, they attacked the Russia a bit, but mostly the pagan.
The little bits of animist here in and around here, I hope that becomes its own flavor of some religion as well, because there's these little animist bits here and there. The little pink thing here has got me curious as well, and there's the gray. It's like, I need to know. Being Canadian and seeing all of these couple extra colors up here, the gray and the pink. It's like, I really want to know if there's some. I want to play an Inuit person. It sounds like I want to build my funny Inuk all over the place.
I don't think the odds are good for you playing an Inuit.
Please, Dark.
Although they haven't shown us how colonization works, so it might be a victory thing where everything is technically owned.
Maybe. We've not seen a nation map of North America yet, and I highly doubt they've solidified that. But I want, please, I beg. I just want to play an Inuit character in something. That isn't after the end. That doesn't count. Vector is here, yes. And hello, Icy. Yes, I Icy simps for you very much. Yeah, very yes. And yes, we are aware, Outpost, that there's going to be Norse. I imagine that the strongest holdouts of it would probably be in the north, the north, and then islands in Greenland. I'm gonna cross my fingers that perhaps by the time of release they might make enough of a Norse minority in somewhere in Iceland or Greenland that it would get the hash marks. I don't need any full counties of it. I don't want any full counties of it. But even just enough in one of these more isolated regions that it's gives us the hash marks would be, please. It's like when we're working on a new area in Realms in Exile, and I beg Vector, please, Vector, just make a little bit, please, just a little bit of the faith. I know not a lot. They haven't.
So desperate for the quirky boys.
I need all my quirky shit. I am a quirked up boy. I am so quirky. I need all of my quirky shit. Like Ibadi. There's my Ibadi. It's not. I don't like this color. It is the same as Shiite. They must fix this now. I need my third. What do they call it? Like the third path or something?
You don't want to talk about that. No.
I don't know. I don't bloody know. What makes people annoyed and what doesn't. There's some counties here that have no color at all, actually. Which
probably the ones that they described as being wasteland, but you can walk through them. You just can't own them.
God, I'd love to have
yes.
some of that in CK3.
Well, you've got that in Imperator, but I don't know if it colors it in.
I think they said it will.
Mm,
Similar to normal wasteland.
I see. They haven't added the hashes yet in this pick. They do have hash marks over some places. Like you get the Sunni majority regions in West Africa that have substantial whatever the faith is going to be in the end. It pops, but it is not everywhere, and of course, still very work in progress. So this is all they're gonna be shuffling around pops up to release, and then for the rest of its development cycle, of course. So, and I can't wait to be trying to mod and have to worry about that too. Oh boy! But I also kind of do because that's fun. And then little interesting things like you've got little bits of animist placeholder faith in Caucasus there. So there might be something else there as well. Who knows? Anything else to look at while I'm? I guess there's probably some Zoroastrians. It looks like that
Yeah,
the gold
Zoroastrians
color.
have been confirmed in Persia.
Well, I don't see any hashes in Persia for now, at least. But there's some gold hashes in India.
You can see some blue.
As well
Although
as
those might just be lakes, although they're different color than the blue in the ocean, so they might not be. Actually, no, that's probably religion. Because you can see different lakes right next to them that are different colors.
maybe. I guess that is a religion, yeah. Same with that's a religion. This is one too. Wait, which color? What was Judaism again? Light
It
blue.
was teal.
The light blue teal.
They're different.
Can't be.
This is much darker.
That can't be Judaism up in the.
It could
There's
be.
no way.
Okay, that's not. The one further right is not. Although
Yeah.
Judaism has a very similar color to Tengri, from what I can see.
Yeah. This is probably all just Tengri. Probably. That's Tengri. That looks like it's Judaism. Yeah. That matches up pretty close. But this dark blue, this presents us the question of what the heck is the gold and the blue? These can't both be Zoroastrian.
The gold, I'm presuming, is Jainism. Because they
Don't-
mention that as a faith.
Don't give us hope, Aiden. Do not give us hope for Nestorianism. Do not.
I wish for Nestorianism.
I also wish for
I'm pretty
Nestorianism, but I do
sure
not
I'm
believe.
pretty sure it's Jainism. It's either that or Sikhism, but it's too early for the Sikhs. I believe.
That's way too early for Sikhs.
If Hendrix was still awake, he would probably tell you it is not Jain, because based on this interpretation, based on how what like Hendrix when he talks about, it's 1337. Nathan, yes, Melzer. I'll call you Melzer. That's easier on my head. But the year is 1337 at the start of EU5, and I would imagine that what I'm trying to say, okay, calm down, Joffrey, calm down. Normally, when it comes to this sort of thing, Hendrix will say that it means that they're just not representing it as being different than Hindu, when there isn't, like, Jain all over the place.
In EU4, they're just an estate.
In EU4, they're just an estate. Exactly. And I would not be surprised if they decide in this as well that they don't work well as a separate faith. And I really, if it was Jain, it would be there'd be a lot more places, I think, than this that would be hashed over. The White Lotus. What the heck is that? I don't know what that is, other than from bloody Avatar. So y'all made a loss for that. But a little bit of Buddhism down here,
yes,
I think.
the blue dots in Iran are Zoroastrian.
Almost certainly then. Oh, he said?
From the comments. Okay. Let's pull up the dev diary again.
They had to give Zoroastrian the best color in the game. SMH.
Yes, it is a nice shade of blue. Fine, Vector. I will actually return to the dev diary. It's just a terrible fate. Yuck.
Actually read and discover answers.
I don't like that.
It's better to theorize, even though the answers are available.
I don't want to. Alright, Christianity. Oh, the Christianity religious group has Anglicanism, Bogomilism, Christiani, Calvinism, Catholicism, Hussitism, Lollardy, Lutheranism, Miaphysite, Nestorianism. Nestorian is represented. Nestorian is represented. Orthodoxy and Strigolnikestvo? Huh? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Don't worry about it, Chief.
Well, I'll look that up. But you were right, you say, Aiden. I don't know. This does not confirm that.
Apparently, these are the Protestant Orthodox. They reject all ecclesiastical hierarchy and monasticism, sacraments done by the Russian clergy due to recognizing the Orthodox priesthood as illegitimate.
So the equivalent of Protestants in Orthodoxy. Oh.
Yeah, it's apparently a 14th and 15th century movement in Russia.
So no, then
specifically in Pskov, Novgorod, and Tver. So
it will show up somewhere in Russia. Maybe it will be we'll get some Reformation action in Russia as well. This is definitely just Tengri. Up in the Urals here, this is definitely just Tengri. But perhaps the gold is Nestorian. Perhaps. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I would really like that, because I would absolutely love to do a challenge where you can try to convert your country to Nestorian as one of the princes that exist in the aftermath of the Delhi Sultanate going kaput. But Miaphysites, the Miaphysites are just the they're down here up in old Armenia, what used to be big Stronk Armenia, and is now small. Though I think Cilicia is a thing. I don't remember if that's still a thing. In any case, but Christiani, we know there's Christiani there. Bogomilists, did it say iconoclasts?
No, it didn't list iconoclasts.
We don't need them.
More a sub-movement within Orthodoxy, and one that I'm pretty sure had died out by this point.
But in any case, we do have some funny. Yes, we got. You could go for Bogomilist which I've got no idea what they believe, but I know they're a thing, and they're heresy of Orthodox, which makes it interesting.
Duelist?
That actually sounds familiar,
A duelist?
but good old, you could go Serbian Empire
Yeah,
Bogomolist,
duelist.
perhaps.
Never go Serbian. Never go Serbian.
Yes, Serbian Empire. What do you mean, Victor? Do you not think that the Serbian Empire is the most stable and grand of empires?
For all 13 days that it lasted.
It was so powerful. They believe in buy one, get one free deals? What? Okay. But yeah, this definitely is Jewish though. The Hussites aren't a thing yet, so we'll see the Hussites pop up in Bohemia, I suppose. Which is very cool. But Anglicanism, Calvinism, Lollardy, Luther. There's gotta be more than just Calvin and Lutheran that pop up. There's no way. Well, yeah, but that was a later thing as well.
So Lutheranism and Calvinism obviously are taking the place of Protestant and Reformed, respectively, from EU4. And remember that this is still a work in progress. I would not be starting to add more.
Now, while I support just totally breaking up the Protestants into a million different religions, practically it wouldn't work very well.
But then it's just a name change where it's just like I mean, it still works, but then it feels kind of weird because like with Reformed and Protestant as more overarching faiths, you get a solid like okay, like it's in the vague realm of the Protestant faiths or the Reformed faiths, but with being Lutheran and Calvinist, that's specific examples, but that's fine. I can get behind that if they don't change it.
Yeah. I do hope they add more, but I get why they've done what they've done.
Right, as Goat will agree. Goat's in the chat. He will agree that we need our super late game, our late game Mormonism spawn in.
I just hope they don't make the Reformation obscene like it is in EU4.
Well,
Or
the fact
just
that it's working
converts
based on
the entirety of Europe.
persons instead, I think.
Yeah.
That'll help.
I think it will be much better based on the fact that it's working on a character basis. Yeah. So, it would be a lot more feasible, I'm sure, in this case, for you two as a Catholic country to just sit down and say, you know what? I don't care. We'll just put you down as many revolts as need be and not have to worry about like it being just this county has suddenly flipped. I now need to wait X amount of time to press the convert button.
That is the worst part.
If there's some sort of Inquisition building or Inquisition
Counter-Reformation
mechanic. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of ways you can mess with it. Like, you just start burning heretics or something. I don't know.
But that is the worst part of the Reformation. You can't do anything for 30 years. You can't
It's
convert
really
anything
silly.
back.
It doesn't make much sense to me. Yeah, it really doesn't make much sense to me how they make that work. But, yeah. Oh, take into account they're very much work in progress, he says. Yeah, okay. We got hope. We got hope for more chopping up, and I do think, Dark, I do think that it works from a practical standpoint to chop them up into different smaller groups. I don't think that there is any issue with that because you can simply, like, if you want, they can mess around with it and say that these different faiths, like maybe the Protestant Christians just have a higher opinion of heretics or something. I don't know. Like, there's all sorts of ways you can make it work. I don't know. I don't think it would be a stretch, but let's see. A strange man has appeared named Joseph Smith. Yes. I can see the event now. You're playing as the colonial nation in America, and you get this event. This guy called Joseph Smith has appeared. What do you do with him? Do you A, exile him? B, kill him? C, put him in charge of your country? But I do see, as you said, Vector, the fact that they list it as the Judean family makes it like it makes there's like the pause for thought. But at the end of the day, the fact that we have Christian and Muslim as religious families means you can't just have there is no Abrahamic
group.
family is the
Well,
idea.
yeah, but
So
it
they got to
makes
put the
sense
Jews
to-
somewhere else.
It makes sense to split them up like that, so you can have
Yeah.
separate rabbinic and Sarmatian Jews.
I would really, really like if that's the case, but I'm not holding my breath for it. And I will be fine. I'll be fine. I will accept it. If that is the case. Anyway. In some games we have made, there have not been any major differences between religions, merely being different modifiers. And while some religions in Project Caesar are still only a few modifiers, many will have mechanics. Okay, there we go. Many are just modifiers. Okay, I see you, Zoroastrianism, and Judaism. All these small faiths are just gonna be, like, there's +1 to this. We have unique mechanics for Catholicism, Orthodoxy, Miaphysite, and various Protestants. Muslims, Buddhists, Shinto, Nahuatl, Hindu, and the Inti religion, which is not on the map for some reason. Why haven't you put it on the map? I want to see the map.
Oh, now that I think about it, it quite possibly might be because they don't have population figures pinned down for those areas yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they
Wait.
haven't coded in the. No, wait. It looks like Mesoamerica at least has the religions. Coded.
There is one county that is a different color here. There's no way that they're gonna make it like a very small thing at the start and then have
Oh.
it spread and do some
no.
nonsense.
They probably have only done the populations for Cusco, like Vector said.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Pretty sure that's right where Cusco is.
Yeah, that's definitely where Cusco is. It scared me for a second and being like, oh god, they're gonna do some bullshit and make it like, Pachacuti is gonna go on his conquest and spread the
It's so
religion.
far before Pachacuti.
Dark, didn't we discuss while we were playing EU4 that one time that we only know like a century or so where he might have lived in, and it's like he lived for 400 years, the stories say, or something, so there's just no, like,
We have
so you
decent
should...
records of the Inca because the Inca
Oh.
are great. They're the best, like, pre-Columbian civilization.
It's hard to argue with that.
They have
It's...
they had great record keeping that was fundamentally different than every other civilization on Earth because instead of doing it through a form of writing, they did it through a form of knots on ropes.
I
They
forgot
used
about that.
to represent their records.
Yeah, the Kipu.
The Iroquois had something similar to that, but you know, who do we have more knowledge of their history? So one of their methods worked better.
I very much look forward to playing the Andeans with an extra 100 years before the Europeans show up.
Very much.
Where Pachacuti shows up, and even before the Inti religion kind of takes its form, because it wasn't a thing really prior to Pachacuti's predecessors, I believe it was, that the rulers of Cusco started to actually claim descent from the sun god Inti. So that'll be an interesting thing if they model that change.
Perhaps that's why then Cuzco itself is the only county with that faith, and it will actually be my crackhead thing, like I'm saying, where Pachacuti's gonna go and spread it, and the rest of it will just be because they said Andean family. So that probably means
like
that the
an old
Andes are going to have
Andes.
multiple faiths. Yeah. Which is juicy. I want to see that. But also Galapagos Pog. Galapagos Island Pog. We've seen this before, but it's just I love seeing the way that the Galapagos looks with the ocean lanes around it. And you have your one like interior tile, and then you get the circles. It's so just aesthetic to look at the way that they did the ocean currents.
Some people don't like these, but I actually really do like these sea lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it makes sense. These are the routes people could take.
Oh, you can sail deep
And
into
look
the
at-
White Sea.
Look at poor Jan Mayen, not connected to anything.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay.
It's the only thing protecting us. Otherwise, the polar bears will come for us.
The
Bear
only thing
has landed.
But going on to the next comment, something interesting is
They need to change its color.
or disable certain mechanics. Some examples include the fact that countries with Jain as their state religion
Oh.
cannot. So Jain exists.
Every
Oh, that
religion will
Calvinist
still-
one is so stupid.
I'm pretty sure that one's a joke.
That thing is so stupid.
I am
Well, I guess
85% sure that one is a joke.
I hope it's. It probably is, but I
Church
hope
state
it's
religion
not because it's
cannot start
hilarious.
with Calvinist countries will never re-roll. Calvinist countries will never re-roll the dice
So
in battle
if-
as
if
everything
you
is
roll
free.
a one-
That's hilarious if it's
If you
true.
roll a 1 during the first round, it'll be only a 1 for the rest of the
But
battle.
flip
I would not be
side,
surprised.
9. What if you roll like a 9?
True. Although that would be just so easy to exploit. You look at their first roll and then like, oh, they rolled a 9. Let's leave and attack them again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's a joke.
I don't think so. I don't
Right.
think so.
I-
No.
It probably is, but I hope it's not because
I really want that to be true. That would be hilarious. That's such a. You would play them actively or choose not to, depending on this gameplay impact about being preordained. It's like because the AI, for example, I bet playing as them that would be so good. Where you could just, if you roll bad, retreat, come back until you get a high roll. If you get a high roll. And the AI won't retreat based on your roll.
Multiplayer would be miserable.
Then again, actually, I don't think. Okay, it probably is a joke, like Vector's saying, actually, because I don't think they're gonna do dice rolls.
Oh no! Scroll down to the comments.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
He
Hey,
cannot reply today. Aww.
Johan lies. He replies.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little
You
lies.
fucking liar, Johan.
There will be a few Norse pops. It's currently one of the work in progress. Okay, so they're not.
Mechanics for the Norse.
He hasn't actually put the Norse pops in yet. Then okay, so we will see where they would be.
There are Norse pops in.
There's no mechanics for
But
the religion.
there are
Oh,
no
okay.
mechanics attached to the religion because it's a very niche thing.
Yeah. Consider changing the wastelands in South America. Some of the Brazilian ones. Future Tinto.
Please come to the Brazilian mapping stream.
Huh. I don't know what's so bad about the wastelands. Oh,
Or the ones in the south.
yeah. It's probably like I wouldn't be surprised. It does feel kind of weird with all these, like, because you'd expect the
From what I
Amazon
know
itself.
of Brazil's population concentration, it's in the south there because that's like where
Uh-huh.
Rio and shit is.
So I don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
don't know enough about Brazil to say if that's accurate to the time period or not.
We need people to be able to go to Brazil. You can't do that if it's wasteland. Future maps. Yeah. We get Pavia, Johan. Fucking liar. Look at this man. Intricate gameplay mechanics. Sikhism, totemism, fetishism, and Tengri are missing. Missing
Tengri
what?
is already in the game. If you look
Missing
at the map.
what?
Oh,
What's he saying is
Mechanics.
missing?
Mechanics.
The religions
Oh.
that are not in EU4. Because the comment is talking about how it doesn't look like there's as many religions in as in EU4.
So he just like forgot that Tengri is
Already on the map, yes.
Yes. Love me, Sikhism blob. That's not Sikhism.
No,
That can't be Sikh.
That's not Seek. Seek did not show up yet.
Because we already mentioned how Jane is
Okay, yeah.
a thing. So
I guess it's
The
really
Vicar
small, but
hasn't started preaching yet.
I guess it's just Jainism. Lame. Because yeah, we know Jain is its own religion, but that's gonna make Hendrix cringe.
Around the end of the 15th century. Yeah, it's not Jainism. It's not Sikhism. It's Jain.
Yeah.
it's
All the Nestorian pops are too small. So sad. Possibility to merge religions like mending the schism. Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do with mending the schism, but they haven't done it yet. No. Divided Islam similarity to how Christianity is. But that distinguishing between the 4 different Sunni imams. Oh God.
they are. Work in progress.
There's some more work to be done regarding Islam before considering it final. God, if that would be crazy. That would be one of the first video games ever to break up Sunni like that. I mean, CK3 does it, but so it's not the first, and there is the precedent. Be neat. What? No, please, no. It's not good. You don't like it. You don't want Sunni to be. You don't want to look at this map of Sunni and just have it battered. Listen, Melzer. Catholicism, Orthodoxy, they got to deal with their Reformation stuff. So does suit. They got a little bit. They're gonna get a little bit of a Reformation. It's okay. It counts. It counts. But anyway, if Catholicism's got to deal with it, Orthodoxy has to deal with it a little bit too. I want Sunni to have to deal with being split up. Otherwise, it's too easy to one faith world conquest as Sunni. Around. They got too much of a head start. It's all over the damn place. God damn. Oh, it's starting to. Fine, Vector.
Confirmation.
Vector was to keep going.
These guys keep pushing me along. Oh my god. They're so needy. This is what dice rolls.
Going back to stare at the exact same spots on the map.
I like to stare at the map. What's wrong with that? Dice rolls in combat every X days. Oh, they are gonna do dice. God damn it.
Yeah.
There are Norse pops. The electors elect a country, not a ruler. Yep. Blue dots in Iran are Zoroastrianism, like you said. Yes, it was confirmed. Okay. Religion, variety, mechanics. Is it possible to mod our own mechanics? Yes. Will there be different types of paganism, or are they all under paganism? Yes, the plan is for them to be different types. Is it possible to change how they view different religions? It is set at game start. Will there be some work done to better distinguish cultural zones in sub-Saharan religion? The game is still under development. You liar, Johan. Keeps coming back. Keep adding more religions. Yep. Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Buddhism are considered Eastern. Not much.
No. Rather, Hinduism, Jainism, and Sikhism are Dharmic.
Yeah, and Buddhism is Eastern.
Is Eastern, which is
Oh, that's right. Dharmic is its own family. Yes. Which is fair if there's going to be There's going to be 3 of them, yeah. And then Buddhism is Eastern. Looking for a better solution. Well, they can make exceptions. There could be exceptions in the code.
We're talking about how it's complicated. So.
Yeah. Them saying they're looking for a better solution. Yeah. Well, they'll find something that works, I'm sure. But yeah. It would be rather strange if Hindus and Buddhists thought each other were of them as heretics. They should be chill. Cultural fusion. Not all pagan religions are considered animist. Yes. Work in progress. Though this does imply, I guess, that
keeps banging on this drum, which makes sense because people.
There is Sami shamanist, which is cool. That's the religious divisions and features are a work of progress. Yeah. I am just a second, Vector. I'm just looking around the map.
This is unacceptable, Joffrey.
Because of how many different spots all over the map are animist and then shamanist, I am very curious to see as it progresses, and I'm sure they'll show us more. I'm very curious to see how the divisions will work out, because for now this is just a little teaser, and it's based on how the fact that we even have Sami as a faith. It makes me very and how divided North America is. It looks very good, even with a little bit up here of this gray one that's nowhere else. There's this pink thing, so I'm very curious to see what Africa, and we're gonna get those Andean faiths as well.
Yeah,
the rest of them.
I am also intensely curious to see how it changes from now till later.
Pie charts. There are pie charts. Yes, I love my horrible system. Just the worst system for trying to graph stuff. But it's so beautiful. How moddable? Quite. Yeah.
Yes, quite.
Sips tea poshly. New drinking game. Take a shot every time the dev says it's work in progress. Yes. Except my shots are just water.
Can't believe you're not an alcoholic, Joffrey.
Oh, I'm reading a few pages ahead and I just saw something.
No. Not an uh-oh. I'm sad. You're making me sad, Victor.
Or a bad uh-oh?
It's a thing, uh-oh. It's on page 3, darkest of the dev comments if you want to look.
Oh no.
It's like it's the third comment on page 3.
Started working on organized religions. Hindu, it will have different ways of being played. Which kind of oh no is it?
I won't spoil it.
Fine.
Just keep reading.
Eternally diverse.
If you stop looking at the map and just keep reading the thread.
I like
page 3 in no time.
I like how this implies that there will with Hinduism the different ways of playing it will be. I mean, hopefully it's a little more complicated. I'd like to see them expand on it from just being you pick your ruler's patron deity. Hopefully there's more than that, but we'll see. Regarding religion, so a union between Orthodox and Catholics. More information about this in a Tinto map soon. Aha! Remove a still in Prussia and Caronia. Crusades. Yes, there's crusades. Yeah, we have heard that.
It was last Dev Diary.
Someone mentioned that in the it was mentioned last Dev Diary, something about crusades. Like, oh boy, oh golly gee. Very small specific faiths. And then blanket. Yeah, yep. We know. They're gonna be splitting it up. It's a really exciting thing. No, I won't open the map.
Mention it a ton of times.
Yep. it's really exciting that when you get to look at Sami paganism, Sami shamanism, that it's a
Shamanism.
shaman. Not
10
Like
pops
shaman.
per month. It's a flat. It's not an arbitrary number, Joffrey. That's
Oh,
just how
God.
many pops it is.
Oh, God. How does that
But
work?
that might be a drop in an ocean for larger settlements.
Holy. I mean,
What,
fair
Joffrey,
enough.
you expected to convert the entirety of Nanjing with a single building?
No, I expected to do it with a single missionary, who I pay next to nothing.
I mean,
the missionary that you're paying 2 ducats a month for.
but you are paying him more money than the average HRE prince's national, like,
Income, I suppose. Yeah.
they are well compensated for their talents.
Yeah, these superhuman missionaries. It's like those superhuman diplomats.
What is pop? Yep. 10 per month. Yep. That's cool though. It's very easy to understand. I'm very much okay with this. This is cool. It's like you can look at it and say it is that number. It's consistently good. I mean that's not very much, but still, you can like build more and stuff. I don't know. Make it better. We think represented, fully disclosed Buddhist mechanics. Okay. The Japanese main religion is Shinto, but includes some Buddhist features. Okay, so please stick it in
doing something really
Eastern family.
funky with the Eastern family in terms
Yeah.
of sharing mechanics and interplay.
Because it's okay. I need to check something, please. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Because Mahayana is not called Buddha. Yeah, there is also Theravada. So the different Buddhists are not in a Buddhist family. It is a Eastern family, which is a little wonky, but I mean, they'll sort it out. It's not my job to sort it out for them.
No Vajrayana on the map.
That was the third smaller one that I think was in
Yeah.
Tibet.
That's the one that was in Tibet, and the Mongols also practiced it.
Tibet, some Mongols, and maybe Vietnam. I think.
No,
Vietnam was
Mahayana.
Mahayana.
Mahayana is
yep.
going from the smallest Buddhist faith to the largest.
That's what you get when you make China its accurate religion.
Actually represent the fact that it was essentially the largest religion in China, in Korea, and then debatably in Japan. I mean,
I want my Iko-Iki. I want my Iko-Iki in Japan as well, by the way.
I will miss the bright orange Theravada. I sincerely hope they change the color because it looks very similar to Hindu right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And what color? What color is okay, I need to look at the map again. I'm sorry. This is weird because we've got the really like vibrant violet colored moist, and then there's just a couple others sprinkled in here.
The moist religion.
The moist. It better be. I hope that's moist. There's so many jokes you can make. It's either Maoist or moist.
Maoist. I think you're a couple of centuries too early for that.
No, but I can call it that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault you for thinking that's a religion.
but like, oh, there's another one here too. There's gonna be so many faiths, but like the point is, one of the things I'm curious is like what color is actually Nestorian gonna be? Because it can't be the pink. They've stolen Nestorian pink from Mahayana. Oh god, and all of these different animists are gonna be new families, new like religions as well. Oh, it's gonna be great. You can see a little bit of the pink there, some Buddhist. But
back to the thread, Joffrey. You need to get to page 3.
I need to get to page 3. So you guys did it to yourselves. You chose this. You chose this path. Yeah, there will be confusion mechanics for that. Directly direct the path of religions. Some religions will be more dynamic and some more static. HRE is the example of an International organization. Yeah, okay. Yeah, international organizations. Is it possible for us
Clarifying
to
a
moderate?
previous question.
Yes. Johan, you legend. He is clearly bored of the management thingy. Yes. Separate. Yeah, we already know they've got their separate patriarchs. Going through work for Jews and Christians. Then we'll treat in some countries. Depends on how you deal with the minorities. There was something earlier that showed that it was like Jews were treated as like it was some word that essentially meant tolerated, not hated. It was some word like that, but I don't remember. Is the point? The blue and Tibet. Those are Bon. Yep. We know it's Bon. Hip hip hooray! North Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia have stripes. Don't have stripes because we haven't yet. There's no minorities there yet. It will be an extremely fun task for one of our content designers this summer to add the minorities. Yeah. Oh boy. 10 people in a pop is converted. Yep. Shinto will have many Buddhist elements in it because they have. You take some Buddhist stuff, some unique Japanese stuff, put them together, and what have you got? The funny Torii gates. That's what everyone recognizes. Praise be the Torii gates. Let's see.
Southeast Asia.
Chaos. Southeast Asia. It is religious chaos. Yes. What's going on in the sea?
The sea is always right, Joffrey.
That needs to be a religion. Sea is always right. Did I click on 3 correctly? Yes, I did. What religions are the light blue in the northeast of the map? Some Bohemian Jewish minorities, but because of the zoom level, they look like an entire country.
Okay, so it's just a minority. It's not a majority in that province.
Aww.
But that makes sense. I think I would have heard about there being such a massive Jewish majority.
Oh, it's just it's meant to be hash marks, but because we're zoomed out, it makes it look like an actual county.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. Or maybe it just means that they're a minority in Bohemia, and it's an actual county. I'm gonna cope.
No. If you look at like Tibet, for example, you'll see the lines are really finicky when they go over wastelands. And if you look at Spain, you'll realize those are strangely straight lines that have like cut in from the wasteland.
Aww. That means it is a minority, just like these are minorities too.
Yep.
Mm.
Although I think
I'm
it's
not
like
happy.
From what I can tell.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see eventually. Whatever.
We shall see.
Unless there are significant enough minorities that far north in Spain.
I guess. Because it is on a... I don't bloody know how they're doing this.
Western Schism in future DD.
That'll be fun.
Avignon. Is there, we'll talk about... Yeah, okay. I want that. That sounds cool. They won't be as homogenous in a few weeks.
So what that exactly means for what they're doing with Sunni, we don't know.
They're gonna be chopping it up, though. Who was it in chat that was saying they don't like that? Because they can suffer now. Someone said that. I don't know. Wow. Yes, Natan. Was. Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. I see it. I see where it was said, yes. Cope. Stay coping. Jane's. Oh god, that's a big one. Religious groups. Group together with Buddhism and Shinto. Yeah, it's just Eastern family. Confucius. It is something else. Yep. China Buddhist is representing the Chinese system of beliefs is difficult and complex. trying to depict them the best possible way. Only somewhat
it's hard to represent a religious situation where people are sometimes fundamentally practicing 3 arguable religions blended to differing degrees depending on their personal life and family practice and such.
Yeah, that's it's this is why Eastern family is wonky. They stick all the wonky faiths in the East together. Just there you go.
Yeah, God knows there's no wonky things in any of the other religions. Looks at Mormonism and the Christian family.
We need it. We need Mormonism showing up late game.
They're just so far after the EU4 NT.
Religious holy sites. Shintoism, complex issue to tackle. Yep. Catholic Church is an international organization. The Pope controls. The Pope is always the leader of it. Yeah, that makes sense. The only one currently made.
NT.
Yeah. As of now, they've only made NT because it's the only, which is why it's the only one on the map, I guess. Affect things like aggressive expansions. The different mechanics for the cultural and religious affinities. Regarding the conversion tolerance, Alhambra decree. There will be different actions available that will affect either conversion or tolerance. Yes, all right. So yeah, maybe you can just make everyone angry and convert them faster. That is the stereotype. Tolerance and slower conversion.
The historical Spain gamer move and expel everybody who doesn't convert.
Nobody
And
expects the Spanish Inquisition.
And the historical Cordoban grind set of slowly convert people by being a little tolerant. Just a little bit. Could be a little chill. The only person who reacted with a respectfully disagree to my reply, yes. He's the guy who's going to be stuck doing it. Portraying the internal subdivision of Hinduism. The blue dots in southwestern India are Sunni pops. Aww.
Hey, other minorities, such as Nestorians, are present there.
That is splendid. But okay, this man must be okay. He's color. He's got to be colorblind. There's no way. Like that is green. Motherfucker. Like I thought I might miss something. It's like that is green.
No, but what he's saying is that there are Nestorian pops there, not that they are showing up on the map there.
It's just he said something. The blue dots in southwestern India are Sunni. That is fucking green. Get yourself some prescription glasses right about now. God damn. Yeah, there's also the, I guess, animist until they replace it with something else. But yeah, we know there's also Nestorians. The gold is probably, like, that's almost certainly Jane. But we know there's Nestorians down here as well, which is fun. Yes, I like. It's fun. Oh, God, a lot of bullet points. Whoo! Modern New Mexico. Nahuatl, Mesoamerican. Animus. Only the NT religion is the Andean group. There'll be shared religious features for holy sites and Catholic curia. It's an informal concept. Or mention organized religions. Yeah, informal concept. There's no like religious reformation. There will be room to have some relation changes, but others will be fixed. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. As the game progresses, some stuff could happen. Maybe you can have a greater control of the Protestant Reformation and choose how tolerant the different religions are of each other. But religions between different nations, static. Noted the alternative terms that can be used for Nahuatl and Inti religions. Huh? Oh, that's 6th. Yeah. The alternative terms that can be used. What was the name? Okay.
That last
Whatever.
big paragraph.
Yeah. Just talking about like the names of Mesoamerican faiths. It's like whatever. Yeah. So many questions. Yes. Tinto maps for the sea corridors. Possible to change the state religion. It will be possible to change the state religion. Yes, well, of course. Yeah. Does that hint at the possible customize your religion feature as in CK3, or is it rather a replay? I think religions should be more customizable in the long run, but it should be more. The system works differently from CK3 to EU4 and is not a customized religion one in general terms, though some religions will have some available actions that will make them more dynamic than others. What does that mean?
Protestant has church
I
aspects.
assume that you'll be able to shape the Protestant Reformation a bit more, stuff like that.
I suppose. Huh.
Or
Maybe
like Sikhism, when Sikhism is emerging,
and maybe
you can help guide them a bit more in a certain way.
I'm gonna cross my fingers and say maybe Inti is similar, where with the idea that it's just starting out and you could shape it. How important, like how the whole sun worship works? Is it like maybe you actively choose to make it a religion with you being related to the sun or something? I don't know. There's interesting things you could do like that. So what in here was the thing? Is this the thing that you were looking at? You guys were looking at?
No, it was that Islam was going to be split up.
Oh, the Islam being split up was the thing. You were like, oh, that's a thing. Yeah.
Page
All
4, first comment, though, was probably done by Darkest or Joffrey.
What?
First comment, next page.
Is it an historian comment?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Besides towers.
A man of culture, I see.
Wiki. There are Nestorian pops in China. Yes.
A man of culture.
Yes. Good. I cannot wait. When EU5 comes out, Dark, you and I must load up the game and click. We must click on the button, however you do it, and we must look where all the Nestorian minorities are, and we will rejoice. Yes. There shall be much rejoicing.
The strangest sort of clerico revenchism is going to happen, where you guys just conquer every place that has an historian pop.
Yes.
It's already happening in the mega campaign.
Exactly. It's given. We just have this Discord server has developed a strange attachment to Nestorianism. Thanks to Dark's just random let's do Nestorian Uyghurs in the mega. This is so big. Designing the religions based on principles, historical and cultural religious accuracy, and then flavor immersion. Fun and interesting mechanics to play. Meta religions. Yeah. It's good and entertaining. Very good. Fun stuff. Each religion's... Which one?
So
what?
Not every religion considers holy sites important. So
But he says
not
buffs.
every religion will have holy sites.
Will there be buffs for converting a certain religion? Okay. So I guess what is being said here then by Pavia is just that some religions consider it important to convert holy sites. Yes.
Or he was talking about, will there be holy sites for each religion? That's how I read it. He's responding to that and basically saying only religions that actually consider it important to have holy sites will have holy sites.
Well, regardless of which thing is meant, I don't really care if a holy site gives buffs of some sort. But yeah, I'm sure that regardless, yeah, some religions have holy sites, maybe some won't. Maybe some will consider those holy sites important and give you bonuses for having them, and maybe some will just be like, I don't know, we just like to move to that place. Or give like money because we've oh god, there's the Spanish Inquisition. They're currently scripted from the starting setup, and yeah, Spanish Spanish Inquisition. We expect the Spanish Inquisition. The whole I hope that, because he's talking about no missionaries. There's got to be a way of sending missionaries to other people's countries somehow. Need to just be a massive pain and go trying to convert other people's countries. Good old toxic PvP stuff as well. Is there Hellenic and Greek? No, those aren't Hellenics. But I mean, someone had to ask it. Bogomalists. Don't have any Hellenic pops. 3 tiers. 5 stages. Possible to make them adjustable during gameplay. Eastern modding. And that's that. Which, there you were, Dark, being like, oh, that's gonna be super quick. That's barely worth talking about. Oh.
Hasn't even been 90 minutes.
Huh, a mere 84-minute live stream. What is this?
My original recommendation had just been waiting for the old extra map diary to come out and just combining them. But it's fine, that's fine.
Yeah, but better idea. Talk about the map 2 on its own.
Well,
because you
like
saw
a 30-minute stream.
Yeah. Exactly. What's wrong with that? You've seen how long I can ramble just looking at this fucking map of work-in-progress religions. The next time they show us an updated version of this map, I'll do the same thing. And you know what? That's why people watch me. People like that. Some people do, at least. But I won't try and keep you here any longer, Vector. I'm sorry. Only a little sorry, though.
Let me out. Let me out.
We could look at some of the new threads that have been made.
Farewell, Vector. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you.
But you don't want to listen.
Save Joff time, save Joff channel. Next
you don't want to look at the thread.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Will Venice be an island? What a great thread.
I kind of want to look at some other, just like see now that you've mentioned it, at least look, not necessarily delve too much into them, but I'm a little curious. I'm not too experienced with Paradox Forum navigation, but I can click show only dev responses here still, and that brings up stuff. Yeah. Will Venice be an island? There we go, for example, yeah. Please, there we go. I need this. Please, no 3D portraits. I don't want this. I do not want this. I don't want to see Alexander Romanov with his... Listen, it looks cool, but I don't want it. I really like... Yeah, just the 2D portraits. Please. I suspect you will enjoy our part of the UI then, as every list will be having filter sort buttons and sort field. That's not telling me the answer though. There'd be a proper message. It's not answering.
Uh-oh. No answer. You know what that means? 3D models.
That doesn't mean that.
I don't know. He's not denying it. I see.
I really don't want the Hi, I see. I'll come back. We're just wrapping things up and looking at some other less important things, but it's just, I really, really do not want them to have these more of these 3D models. Mainly from the perspective of a modder, because it makes it so much more prohibitive to try and do anything with characters. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
The question is, how many of these do you want to go through? Of these random threads?
Probably not a whole lot. Like, it's not like there's going to be a ton of interesting stuff worth looking at. Can I save this? I could follow this.
With your emails.
Don't send me emails about it. But I wanna be watching this thread. Threads with developer responses. Yep. Venice Bean Island. Don't care. Don't. Ahistorical dynamic. No, don't care. Oh, none of these. None of these.
None of these are particularly interesting.
None of these new ones are particularly interesting. No.
The big problem as to why EU4 gets boring.
Oh.
It's because there's unique content between countries. Duh.
Is it lengthy? So he's just, this is just someone who's annoyed that the game's going to be even longer because he thinks that the long time period is why it gets boring. And I disagree. I disagree heavily on that. I think you very much could make an EU game like takes place over this much time and keep it interesting. I think that CK3 has the potential to be a very interesting game that you want to keep playing to the end, but needs some more work.
He really is complaining about mission trees.
No way. No way. What is it?
Games start. Many nations, both minor and major, start off with an easy mission.
Oh wait.
And get a considerable amount of
Dark
claims over.
Dark. I want to talk about this, but first, there's someone. This Chase is saying in chat that he thinks that Johan has said in an earlier talk that they won't have them, but I haven't seen that. They won't have the 3D models, because that was said while I was discussing the 3D models.
It would make life easier.
It certainly would. It certainly would.
As for that question, I see. No, I do.
Yeah, there's no way it would be out this year. I'm guessing at probably Q2 next year. Oh gosh, I was thinking about asking if you could if you could show me, but I was never gonna actually ask. But if you could find that for me, I would be ever so grateful, because yeah, Dark and I have plans to make a mod when EU5 comes out, and some of the kind of characters we would have would be not really doable with 3D models, let's say. The freaking winged gecko underground people. You can't have 3D models for that.
They're glorious boys.
No, they're gonna be glorious. They're gonna be so glorious. You need to have all 19 different tribes of them with all colorblind and describing their million different colors with all being different shades of grayscale.
They're glorious.
I need to get busy writing my different gotta write down our different words for descriptions of grayscale, you know. But yeah, this what we're currently working with here. Yeah, you're saying permanent claims. You were saying short-sighted nature of game mechanics. Oh god, yeah, the conquest system in EU4. You want to continue off from where you left, or should I?
You can, my good sir.
Oh yes.
Quite.
Thank you. Yes. They start off with an easy mission tree to get considerable permanent claims over an area. Although this has its own issues, the real problem is the peace steal mechanic that follows. Although aggressive expansion is meant to slow down a nation's growth, we see time and again that players are expanding extremely quickly and centralizing their state with no issue. Early game conquest should be extremely restricted by design, and in any future Paradox game in this time period, although conquering large swathes of land in one war is reasonable for later game wars, such imperialist conquests in late medieval era simply weren't legitimate and would be seen as such. As the game progresses, these restrictions should be lifted by a combination of internal and external political changes which legitimize such conquests. TLDR, make late medieval and Renaissance conquest like CK and slowly phase into more imperialist conquest late game. So yes, he is complaining about mission trees and the fact that you can glomp a bunch of land. But I kind of agree with that. I kind of do.
Show only dev responses.
Indeed. Games get boring when they become too repetitive. In order the challenge is lost. This is one of the main focuses we have right now with the game, to make sure there is good pacing in the challenge. Excellent. And I'm sure that the fact that this game, unlike EU4, where you just revoke, reduce autonomy, make stuff states, and it just will be operating at peak efficiency, and you can do that with a ton of land. Instead, this is going to be extremely difficult to centralize lots of land, so having a massive amount of territory isn't necessarily going to make it better. And that's good. And I'm excited to see how that plays out, because then that will actually lead to situations where people don't want to just glomp a bunch of land just because of it, just for the sake of it. You'll have people actually not blobbing. And that will be more interesting, because you're going to have to worry about things like your economy and literacy. And, I don't know, maybe as Spain, you don't instantly want to conquer the North Africans because you'll be making half your population Islamic, and that will cause problems.
Nah, take it. Just convert them.
Just press the button.
10 a month. 10 a month.
Yeah. Easy.
That means you got to get started early, so you got to conquer them right away.
Any way for us to play test? Eventually. Please give me playtest. I am your most valued. I am the most valued, yes. You must give me playtest. By grinding. Being on that grind, right?
Subs. Big sub
yeah.
energy.
I gotta get that big sub energy. Everyone's gotta subscribe to me.
If you combine big sub energy with modder energy, because don't forget, I'm pretty sure with God Herja, they gave Lonely Nidus access to CK3 early, so that the mod could get him out early.
Mind you, that is well, then again, Lonely Nidus was working on Hoi 4 mods before.
Yeah, they were working on Hoi 4, TNO.
There's not necessarily harm in me as we continue working along with CK3 modding on Realms that
they were also, the lead of TNO.
Yeah. Yes. And Jamie, they really like Jamie. Paradox really likes Jamie, so maybe something. Yeah. maybe
Can you help me rub shoulders with some people?
Could you like just help me out real quick, Jamie? Just I will do whatever is necessary. I want that access. What I would do to be able to get access to look at that code early and potentially have a week 1 release, even if it's tiny, I would. Oof. You're scared. You didn't find the thing you were talking about, but what you did find was that in 2021, Paradox Tinto posted a text that they're looking for 3D character artists. Oh no. Well, you did some deep diving real quick there, Chase. God damn. I appreciate you looking into that for us. Whew. That is scary, because, yeah, I understand it is a... they're probably going to do it, because, like with a lot of things, it seems to be the direction they're headed. And I might just have to cope with that fact. Now, mind you, 3D assets in that regard wouldn't be as big of an issue in regards to modding for this game, because you're not going to have as many characters, but it'll still be an issue and it'll be annoying. But we'll see. Will world conquest be possible? Yes, it will. Yeah,
No.
well,
Oh, it won't. Nope. It's removed.
it'd probably be absolutely horrendous. You'll have no control in so much stuff. But, DLC model. Feedback on Tinto
When
Maps
is the
1.
game
People liked it.
announcement? And then, okay,
What?
when is the game announcement? And then the one right after it, open that one too. Open both of those.
That's true.
Oh,
These are probably going to
shit.
be good. These two. Oh,
Oh,
no. Wait, first this one. This one first.
game
This one
announcement
first.
first.
Yeah. This is
And then just,
save the best for last, you know.
yeah, we just need dev responses for this one. Are they just gonna say no?
The announcement of Project Caesar is not connected at all to any DLC release.
Do not expect an announcement anytime soon. Very likely not this year. It's not even gonna be Q2. It's gonna be at best Q3 next year.
No.
There's probably over for a year from today.
No. That's so long.
It might even be Q4 next year.
I don't want it to be Q4 of 25. Oh.
Think about all the work we can do on Realms in the meantime.
I mean, true, we could get bloody Wilmawas Drus in by then. Maybe not, but...
I believe.
Very likely not this year. Now, let's take a little... Just grab
Yeah, that's just
that.
the announcement. That is just the announcement. That's not this year.
Whew, how long was it between announcement and release of stuff? Oh god, they've talked about that.
Isn't it like a couple 6 to 8 months or something?
It's like, I think it's half a year, usually. Oh. Okay. Now, on to this one.
Why does it have so many check marks?
No. Ugh, gross. One thing I dislike about EU4 was the introduction of mission trees, shortly after Hearts of Iron 4's focus tree feature. Mission trees feel like an unnecessary and detached game mechanic designed to provide an artificial way to bypass game systems for certain nations and provide direction for players. This has the consequence of creating right and wrong ways to play various countries. It also feels very arcadey, etc. Click this button to core all the land in the state, or click this button to get an instant CB. I am afraid that if mission trees or an equivalent are added to EU5 Project Caesar, the temptation of using them will reduce emergent gameplay mechanics and provide a cop-out to artificially force certain outcomes, rather than improving on simulation and gameplay mechanics to naturally introduce those same outcomes over time.
Oh, dev responses.
I can't actually disagree with this too much, is the problem. So I wonder what Johan thinks on this matter. Previous games like Vicky 2. Firm believer that mechanics should be deep and simulative, but you also need tag and culture religion specific content, else the game becomes bland and boring. It's more that they inevitably lead to power creep, as they need to sell the DLCs, plus they tend to get bigger and better at making them over time, so the old ones end up sucking. Two very valid points. Johan's a real one. He's a grumpy old man, but he's a real one.
Now, let us not forget.
He's my favorite grumpy old man.
Perhaps the biggest gripe people have with CK3 is that nations don't feel different enough. If you play in India compared to if you play in Britain, it is very, very similar gameplay.
He confirmed that for Pops there will be 2D models, not 3D, but nothing has been said about rulers. Could you link that, please, Chase? I want to see this. I want to see this. Please. I beg. I want to see what this is and have it on my screen, on stream, for the VOD. Set in stone. Said. Please. Because even if it's just the pops, even if it's just, like, even if it's just rulers that are 3D, I can tolerate that. The rulers are 3D and the pops are 2D, that is okay. But I'd much rather it be, like I really, honestly, I really like EU4's, like, character portraits for those, for the advisors. It's, does that work? Link you posted, if you posted the link, it didn't work, no.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take links in the chat.
Someone posted a link earlier, but it was in an indirect way, I guess. Huh, because Natan posted a link earlier to a wiki article.
Did he?
Yeah. He posted a link to that Orthodox Reformist faith. Don't know how that worked, though.
I think you need to see if you can remove the hyperlink from it and just make it tag.
Yeah, if you could manage that somehow. If you can't manage that, maybe you could just tell us where it was said, because it can't be that.
In the general channel on Joffrey's Discord server.
Wow, everyone! Click the link down below in the description to join my cool Discord server. You could hang out with me and my friends. Wow. Oh. You know. Okay. Well, he says he's gonna do that. After I say that super cringy thing. Oh no, someone general. That's probably, yeah. That's him joining. I'm sorry for being so cringe. And he did.
Welcome to the server.
Thank you for the link. Thank you for the link. Thank you. Alright. So, what we have here. Against pops solely because it would be an excuse to add those new 3D models and it's a waste. Why would you need to use 3D models for pops? Clear 2D icons so you can quickly see what class they belong to would be far better. And he said that in August on a population related to, when do you think EU5 would be released? So this is Johan, the guy who's in charge of it, responding to just, this is like in relation to Imperator. Didn't Johan was the guy behind Imperator, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, I'm much more confident then that we're going to get 2D icons then, because he made Imperator. He likes 2D stuff more. He's actively saying here as well that he thinks it works far better because it's clear. It's clear and simple. It's much easier to just have them wearing different clothes and all that. And I agree. It's much simpler, much more readable. You can have the, like, in new expansions and different cultures, it's so much easier for people to just make new ones. Not everything is better just because it's 3D. All of my bitching and moaning about, oh, modding, it's so much more difficult. No, it's just more, I like it more. It's like how I'm playing Terraria all the time these days, and it's like, I don't want Terraria to suddenly become 3D. That doesn't make it any better. Having higher resolution graphics.
Might as well just play Minecraft.
Exactly, that's what I got Minecraft for. So, pray this is the case. No, don't post, don't send me this link. That means character 3D artist. Oh, that's scary. Oh, 3D character artist for European. What is that link then? Yeah, it's no longer active, but what did it say? The link there was saying Team for Europa Universalis. I guess Europa Universalis for
Yeah.
I don't know. Hmm.
Barcelona. Damn.
Toasty.
They're even using the beach as incentive. Our office is 150 meters from the beach.
Ah.
And EU4 doesn't use 3D models other than little guys with pokey sticks.
But yeah, yes, exactly, Chase. Yeah, they're the people working on EU4 and Project Caesar, which, I mean, it's EU5, we all know it. But, that does make me a little nervous then. That does make me a little nervous then that they want 3D art for characters.
Weren't the characters in Imperator 3D?
No. The characters were also 2D and static. The... yeah.
I have like 5 hours in Imperator.
And I'm not going to have any urge to play more of it, unfortunately, because of the existence of these.
Like, hey, as we could tell, it's probably not gonna be until at least Q3 next year.
Fuck me, man.
You have like maybe 400 days at best until it's out.
Yeah. It's not necessarily going to be harm to play some Imperator. Goddamn. Or maybe Vicky will get better.
That means we can definitely do a new mega campaign that'll take place in EU4 January 1st, 2025.
Starting from Imperator.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's not happening.
We must put it to a vote, Dark. We will have a vote.
No. Do you know how awful that would be?
No, I do not. But it would be glorious.
No such thing as Christianity. None of the religions would have any mechanics. It'd be awful. Everyone would be huge before CK3 even starts. So we'd have to just break them down in weird ways. There's just no point.
Fun. Okay, yeah,
No.
I know. It's the reason we didn't do it to begin with. But I'll think about it anyway. Well, that's probably all the ones worth looking at right now. The naming for that.
Yeah, I think that's the most interesting stuff.
Yeah. Alright then.
Oh, where do you think the map is going to be?
What do I think the map is going to be?
The map that's coming out this week.
Oh, me. Just me asking it. There's no one saying that. Okay.
Yeah, where do you think it's going to be?
They said in the Tinto talk, they said that in the talk, they said something about they were showing something released in a map in Tinto Maps soon.
Oh, they literally straight up told us.
They did?
Yeah.
Chase is right that they straight up told us it's France?
Yeah, they straight up told us it's France.
In the last Tinto Maps? They just straight up said, join us next week.
It is just straight up France.
I would not have guessed France. But since
I wanted to see the East, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna guess something like out there, but with it being France, that means it's pretty predictably gonna be just a tour of Europe.
Yeah, I wanted to see like India or something.
Like the week after that is gonna be fucking Britain. But I guess they're just showing us the places that they've got the best population for first. Like they've got this sorted out. They're able to show us the pop numbers for Spain, Iberia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andorra's got a full 5.7k. Whoa!
Mate,
It's
Sevilla has
totally not
117.
the
117k.
everywhere near.
Granada has 176k.
Andorra is Andorra is in fact okay. There is one county with smaller pop in the mountains too, but next to the Andorra is the second least populated location in the entirety of Iberia, and that's a country. Well,
Yes.
just one island of the Majorcas. It's fucking 8.6. Sorry. you're several thousand below that. Well, a few thousand. Saying several makes it sound better. You got the same population as some shitty place down there.
Grenada, huge.
You got 50k?
No, 176k in Granada.
In a specific county?
Go further east. 176. It's like it's in the middle, next to the wasteland.
Oh God! Oh wow! I just read. I was just like, oh, 17k. Well, whatever.
Oh
Nope.
no, that's
Nope.
176.
That's a lot of people.
That's a big city.
There's one place with 40. Well, yeah, 40. There's places with. That's what. 40,000. What? Why did you say? Wait. No, I'm confused. What do you? Just 4,800. Oh, you mean like smaller? You actually meant to say that. next to the big 27k. Not that. Big place that it somewhere says 27 on this map. God, these numbers. How do I sort between all these? I don't see it. Oh, there. Oh! Andorra's out of the woods just a little bit. God, imagine.
There's another one in the middle of Aragon. That's 4,700.
Okay, fine. Andorra's not actually literally the worst county. Basically is. And it's probably horrible. Like I don't know, they probably make like stone.
I hope you're looking forward to playing it your first game.
I'm gonna play them. I am 100%
Oh,
going to play them, but did we see that?
Yeah.
Oh, we do. Damn, we could have talked about this. We could have had a diary like a stream just dedicated to talking about this. It would have been easy.
You would have been easy.
I am easy. Unfortunately. Medicam Chris? What? Damn, some of the bloody dies. Saltpeter?
Yeah.
There's some wackiness here. Still got the gold. The gold. Yes.
Oh, and silver is separate resource.
Where?
It's like we're southwest of the gold, north of Sevilla.
I saw it for a second. I swear.
North of Sevilla.
There we go. Yeah, that's where I saw it. Nice.
Separate
All right.
stone resource, finally.
But there is proper gold. I wonder how many of the places that are gold mines in EU4 are going to become just silver.
A lot are going to become silver.
Yeah. The first time they got mercury? Yeah. Wait, there's rice here somewhere? No way.
Where's the
Just-
rice?
Spices around here. That's cool, but
I don't think they should have rice yet.
that would be really strange.
It's between Valencia and Barcelona. On the coast.
Silk? Rice? Huh? That's weird. The spice is also weird. But
the spice isn't that weird.
hmm.
Not all spices grew in the Indies, you know.
Yeah, but it's like the kind that you get from the indies is like the kind they want, isn't it? Or is it just a number,
Extra ones.
or is it
It's
just
extra
like
options.
oh, okay, it's like
It's
mainly
like
just
it's
a,
different spices.
yeah.
There's a difference between black pepper and cayenne pepper.
Mm-hmm. Not that they're representing that. I see. They have legumes, but they can't have different types of fucking fiber crops. But no. Fiber crops is
Wheat.
probably actually important for like clothes and stuff, I guess. Um, coal. I don't think it's odd that coal exists. I
It's
think
still
that
not horrible for heating.
yeah, you
It's
still
just
use
not
it.
very useful at the moment.
It's just like it's just a very niche use compared to wood. Where wood, it's like you always want wood. Wood's used for everything. Meanwhile, coal only has one use, and it's decent at that one thing. So, yeah. Well, yeah. Don't know what the heck. Do I need to look up what med medicam? I'm looking that up. But yeah, there is silk some places too, as you yeah. Medicam Cruise. This is not giving me an answer. Hmm.
Let me check.
I can't. Maybe I'm not spelling it right. Hmm. But maybe it's an E and not a C. Medi. What the heck could that be?
Medicaments, not medicamera.
What is it? What is this stuff?
A substance used for medical treatment.
Oh. Oh. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting that's a distinction. So many different resources. Huh. Yeah, medicinal herbs, I suppose. As Dark had looked up. There's going to be a lot of dyes around. But then, yeah, one of the really interesting things about how this works now is that there's no, like, refined goods. Except, I mean, wine. But, like, what? They're not going to just be
Let's
like
be real.
grapes.
It's grapes.
Yeah.
They're grapes.
It's just grapes. Yeah. Same with dyes. It's like, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Sand.
Yeah, sand is funny though.
I don't
I
like
do.
sand.
I
Coarse and rough and irritating, and it
We
gets
saw-
everywhere.
we saw. Actually, I want to take another look at the climates. Climates is
I mean,
interesting. But
it's probably used in
Arctic.
glass, but that's still pretty funny.
But I wanted to see the Tinto talks. The first Tinto maps they showed. There was a bunch here. There's so much. No, there's not actually a ton. Oh, it seemed like a lot more in my head, a lot more sand. But it's like that's ass. What kind of terrible place do you have to live in where it's like we've got sand. We just dig up a lot of sand and sell it. Oh God. But yeah, pops, resources, climates. The climates are interesting because like there's a lot of differences here. Where you've got the Arab climate, okay, Mediterranean climates, cold, arid, and then it's split up inland as well in some places where you got the continental bits here, even some Arctic up in the mountains. Mercifully, Andorra is not Arctic.
I wish it was.
I kind of wish it was too. That would have been hilarious. And then subtropical. Just one little bit of subtropical. Isn't that... That's weird. Doesn't sound right. But then the cultures... I hadn't actually looked at this before. Because I ran off to work. I remember. But yeah, I guess there's a lot of minorities of Andalusi culture all around the place, which makes sense. That's neat. And there's even like a place here. That is Andalusi, right? It's the right color. Yeah, okay. Rest in peace, Aragonese being split by that little bit of Andalusi. Though I'm sure that probably gets converted pretty quick, to be perfectly honest. You know, with that massive 10 per day per month. Per month, not 10 per day. And then, yeah. Predictable religion map, but yeah. Oh God, I need to see France's cultures. We're going to see them soon. We'll see them soon. And then I will ramble about them. But that is not this day.
It's not this day. Alright, you can maybe wrap up a bit.
I do believe so. I think that this is where we will end this stream. We managed to make it into 2 hours.
You're welcome.
Probably. Yeah. Thank you, Dark, for being so boring that you drag everything out. Honestly, it just, without you, I couldn't make it last this long.
You're welcome. I do what I can, you know.
Mm-hmm. I don't like fish being yellow, by the way.
Oh.
With that,
Haven't you
thank you
seen
all.
SpongeBob?
Anyway, I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.